Let's leave boxing now and touch on tennis quickly on our Tennis Weekly segment with the Duke. All right, joining the show now is Nigerian tennis legend Duke Odizor, who is live on the program this evening from his base in Houston, Texas. All right, let's retrospect on how the first Grand Slam of the year ended in Melbourne when Yannick Sinner defeated Novak Djokovic in the semifinals. All eyes were then focused on Daniil Medvedev as a possible winner of the Australian Open. But Sinner just showed everyone that beating Djokovic in the semifinal was not a fluke.
Well, good day to you in Nigeria. Hope you guys have a very wonderful weekend upcoming. Yes, as regarding the tennis tournament, that was a big surprise, but
Daniil Medvedev, Yannick Sinner, Andrei Rublev, and others.
Absolutely, it's a changing of the guard that is obviously here now. It's not. It has dawned on everyone now. Of course, for the longest of time, 20 years, as a matter of fact, that Djokovic, Federer, or Nadal, one of those three were always in the finals. Of course, if you add Murray, one of those four were in the final for 20 years. That's a long time. So the change of the guard is here. I'm hoping that even very soon the likes of Ben Shelton or Eubanks or Tiafoe will even join them.
All right, let's now take a look at the women's game. When Aryna Sabalenka won the Australian Open last year, she wasn't getting much attention. Now that she's won a second Aussie Open and sitting second on the WTA ranking, it looks like the Belarusian player means business.
Absolutely. Failure is an orphan, but victory has many relatives or siblings. Of course, now that she's won the second title, everyone is on her bandwagon. She deserves it. She played unbelievably well. I personally didn't think she was going to make it. I thought the Chinese young lady would have overcome her, but it wasn't to be. The firepower was just too much, and congratulations to her.
All right, you take a look at the WTA rankings, and the only African you see in the top 10, the top 20, or top 50 is Ons Jabeur of Tunisia. Well, Duke, you're looking to help resuscitate tennis back in Africa. You're looking to resuscitate tennis in Nigeria, and the Ogbe Hard Court is one of the tournaments you're looking to bring back. Talk us through some of your plans and your projections.
Well, Ogbe Hard Court is, as you know, it's a very important tennis tournament that made the likes of us, myself, David Imonite, Tony Moore, Sadiq Abdullahi, Willem Ogene, Kirian Nwokedi, just to mention a few. And that tournament has died. It would be nice to have tournaments, but economy and things like that makes it a little bit difficult. So my friends and I, we're trying to resuscitate it. I've met with Governor Obaseki, and we hope that we can do something this year. But more than that, actually, it's not really about the tournaments, the grassroots. We are trying to see how we can set up tennis facilities, not run by government, but private individuals like myself and the aforementioned people in the 6 geopolitical zones. We're not going to put in the big city because we want it to be a little bit quiet and just slowly groom the kids. If you're over 16, from our template, you're too old to join our system. We're looking for kids from 8 to 13. That's it. That's the blueprint that has worked worldwide, and we absolutely believe it's going to be a blueprint that will work for Nigeria. Going back to Ogbe Hard Court, when I was playing, of course, as you might have known, I left Nigeria. I think you called it SS2, GSS2. That's when I left Nigeria to come to Houston. So I really developed my strategies in Houston. Back then, when I was in Nigeria, they had over 18 tournaments in Nigeria. Keep in mind, some of the players who became #1 in the world in tennis came through Nigeria. Thomas Muster, to mention one. Krajicek, that won Wimbledon, came. House and Kovermans, who were #1 in doubles. They came through our Ogbe Hard Court. The Jensen brothers, they came through Ogbe Hard Court, Lagos Classic. So that was a very important turn. That was a big tournament back then that groomed a lot of players, not just internally, but also externally. Some of those foreign players, they came through Ogbe Court. So that's kind of plan B that we have in mind, to have sectional tournaments, in Benin, Enugu, Abeokuta, Kogi, Lokoja, just to mention some. Of course, Abuja, I can't look Abuja, so to speak. But that's kind of what we had in mind.
All right. All right. The Duke, former Nigerian tennis player and Nigerian tennis legend in his own right, live on the program on this segment. He's going to be back on the show again next week.